Well, hi everyone. I'm going to today show you a few of the things I really like to make instead of buying all the time. So I said I would, if there was enough, I would show you how I made this bow, or whatever you would call it. Now you can do it with any ribbon, and the bigger you do these like bows, you can even have them for your hair. You know, you've only got to buy a clip, glue it on, and you can even do it that way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I do this. Now, when you've got a ribbon, it frays, so you really need a lighter, and you need to just go over the edge, just so it doesn't fray. You don't have to do much, just so that when you do that, nothing comes off. You must do that, else it will fray. So what I'm going to do, I've got a needle and cotton in black. I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to start at one end, and I'm just going to do running stitches down. So what I'll do, I'll start doing it, and obviously you don't want to see it all, but try to keep your edges together. So start off at the end, and like I say, all you need is running stitches. So make sure you put a knot in the end. You don't want it coming through, and that's all you're going to do is running stitches. So I'll do this all the way to the end, and then I'll be back. So when you've got to the end, what you're going to do is start pulling this down all the way, and try to keep it even as you're pulling it down. Looks a bit weird, but we get there. So keep on bringing it down. Until it's tight. And then from there, manipulate it around. It's so difficult when you've got nails. So you've got your two ends. Hope you can see through my nails. It's got the two ends which you're going to sew together there. Then bring it round. If you can see that okay. Bring that round, and there is your bow. So like I say, just run it through with your needle. Make it tight off properly, and then once you've done that, you can maneuver it around to make your little bow. So that's how easy that is. And there's a white one. I've done these bigger because you can see them better, and that one is really for a wedding. That's in like a net. So you've got that one and that one and that one, and you can do them as big as or small as you want to. It's just up to you, but that's all you need to do. Just pick your favourite ribbon. If you need it thicker, just make sure you do the ends, fold it over, start with your needle at this end, just do running stitches, and then pull it all together, and they can make some fabulous shapes. You can do your bows this way, ordinary bows as well. So, you know, with this sort of ribbon, if you wanted something totally different, you can do it with polka dots. So that's how I make my ribbons, which is really, really easy. So that's my first hack sort of thing. So I'll get now my second favourite. Right, so this one I did over 4 years ago, and it's still the same ones. It's making them with wax. What you do, you know, everybody's got wax, so you burn the candle until you get a liquid on the top. Then blow the candle out, and just as it starts to turning back hard, then all you do is dip whatever you want. I mean, this is a crocheting hook. Just dip it in and keep rolling it round. I've got a link to when I made these, so I'll leave it in the drop down box below if you want to go and check that out. Now, when you've been using it, you sometimes touch glue or your top coat. All you need to do is just scrape the little bit off the top, like that, and you're good to go. And I've done it in all sorts, as you can see. The wax will stick to anything. Brilliant idea, costs you nothing, because you nearly always got candles around the house. And there's loads in there. And that's all you need to do. So that is another one of my favourites. So, like I say, if you want to see how this is done, I will leave a link. So, my next favourite thing to make is with this gel. It's a hard gel. Get it from Hong Kong. See, it's hard. I have done a video with different coloured flowers, but I'm going to show you how I made them. So I just took a piece out like that. Now this is water, so I'm just going to wet the back of my hand, and then I'm going to put this on there and roll it into a sausage, like so. And you make it as long or as short as you want to. Make sure your ends are quite flat, and then with a brush I'm going to just bring out these edges. It does stick a little bit, you know, just stay with it. You see, it wants to roll up anyway, so just flatten them out, just give it a bit of shape. And then with the end, just roll over. See that? Roll, roll. Just follow the shape so it falls off. There is your little rose. So easy to do. And then you need to cure that for, well, I do it for 120 seconds just to make sure that it has gone hard. So if you didn't like that, you know, all you need to do is that, a little tiny bit more water, and start again. I mean, you don't have to flatten round all the edges. Just flatten the two ends. You must keep those quite flat. Just press it down and then roll it again. Just keep rolling it over, over, over. Keep it on my hand. And that's a different way of doing one. You know, you can do all different sort of shapes with these. And like I say, if you didn't like it, squash it up and do it again. So that's another one of my favourites. So, we'll go to the next. So this is something else I do really like to do. Now, everybody's got old earrings or old bracelets. And I love to use them. And this one was off the end of a bracelet. And that would look lovely on a design on a nail. And this one I've used twice. That was an earring, and then I put the big crystal inside there. And also these here, these were part of a bracelet, so I took them all apart and I used that. I have got a design with this. I mean, just go and check out my videos, you'll see that I've used all these sort of things. And this was part of a bracelet as well. So don't throw things away. You know, there's always something you can do. This is my go-to when I don't know what to do. There's loads of different stuff inside there. And a lot of it is just old earrings or bracelets, and I love to take things apart. See with that one, that was with the bracelet as well, and that's shiny on both one. And the bracelet came and there was silver, gold and bronze on the bracelet, so I just took them all to pieces and just made a design out of them. You know, it didn't cost me anything, even down to this leaf. That leaf there, that was earring, as you can see. I've got the back off there, and you know, put that in a design would look really nice as well down the nail. So that's that one. So I'll go on to my next favourite. So what I'm going to do now is show you how all these things that I've done, you will find I've done a video on. Now these, they were for a wedding design, and these were maybe 3-4 years ago. And when you need to do a full set, you've got to be capable of doing them with your left hand, and I'm not. So I wanted to find a way to do the design on a poppet, and then I can pop it off and just glue it on. So what I'm going to do, this one's got nothing on it, so I'm going to get one of the poppets, and I'm going to make sure, see, that's too big. Here's a smaller one. Let's go down to here. Let's try that one. I mean, these poppets you find a lot of. So if I press that on there, I don't want it to go over the edge, because with the design I'm going to do, I do not want anything over the edge. So I like it to be just that little bit smaller. So with that, like I say, there's loads there if you want to play about. Now my nail is quite long, so what I'm going to do is, from there you can see I fit it pretty much down to the end. So I know then that where I start the design will be by those little handle things there. But if you've got short nails, I'd suggest you put in a little mark where you need it to go, and you know you're not going to go over and spoil the design. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use acrylic, white acrylic, and show you the pattern that I actually did. So in here is acrylic liquid and also acetone, and I do half and half. I need it to, I don't want it to take long to actually set, so I wanted it to set quicker. So what I'm going to do, this is a number 2 brush. This is an Organics one. I've had this for 5 years and it's still beautiful. And just using white acrylic. And I don't need much. So all I'm going to do is I don't know which way around to do this. I think we'll go that way instead. It's going to be a bit difficult to... I've got a dirty mark on that one. But wait, hey, it's just a show. We want little petals coming off this, like that. So do another one. Such an awkward position. I need them to join together, because once you take them off you need them to stick together like that. And all you're going to keep doing is bringing these little petals down. I'm using Mega White, but I'm not very impressed with it. I don't particularly like this. I normally use Naio's, so I think what I'll do is swap this over and use a proper one. I don't like this at all. It won't mould properly. It's not defining anything. So we'll see if we can just manipulate this one. And then I will get Naio's white. You know, you don't want to spend a lot of time doing this sort of thing, so I'll just swap it over. We've got the other white now. Oh, that's much better. I hope you can see what I'm doing, really. It's a bit awkward when you're... I wonder if it would be better if I did it this way. Right, let's bring it a little bit the wrong way. I think it'd be better putting it onto one of these, and then I've got something I can actually hold on to. Yeah, that's better. You can see what I'm doing now. So this is all you've got to do, is take your leaves and bring them about. Obviously they don't all have to be the same. But this makes it much easier to do things with your right hand. Oh, I'm out of focus again. Sorry about that. Just do different ones, different patterns. But if you want to cover your nail, especially for a wedding nail, you know, this is so much different to do. I'm still there, am I? So I'm just going to finish off these and then I'll be back. So there it is, finished on there. So all you need to do now is take it off and then just twist this and it pops off. You just finish that last one, so hopefully that'll come off. Yeah, so there it is. So what I'm going to do now is place it onto my nail like so. You can bring it down a little bit, but I didn't want it to be knocked. And then obviously you can, when I've got my stick, you can put yourself a crystal or something on the top. And there it is. How different does that look? And so easy to do. You don't have to fiddle about trying to do it on all 10 nails. Do it on 10 poppits and make life easier. And keep using them. So that's that one. So I'll go on to the last one. So my last one is these molds. These silicone molds are mainly for cakes, making your bows on cakes, which I've used before. But as you can see, there is a very small one there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some polish and I'm going to drip it in there. I mean, normally what I would do is put it in with a brush Well, this is sort of to make life a little bit easier, a bit quicker, so you're not getting too bored by all the things I've done today. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching them. I don't want to have any balls in either. What I'm trying to say is you don't have to do the norm. I love the unusual, always have. I don't like just sticking to the rules, in other words. I like to be different. And with this, I do cure it longer to make sure, because obviously it's a bit thicker than normal. So I shall do this for 120 seconds once I've cleaned off the sides, and then I'll be back. So there, I think I've shown you everything that I like to play around with. Sort of have a go at your bows, do your pattern on your poppits, make your own picker-upper, and make your own little flowers as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and it hasn't been too long. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you in my next. Bye!